Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik from Figured Out Productions. The following video is a video of some kind, and I hope you enjoy it.
Hey guys, it's Adam here, and today we're going to be talking about a brand new Sega Dreamcast game. Before we do that though, if you guys could do me a favor, please like this video, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't done that before, and check out the social media stuff in the description, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, etc., all that stuff. I appreciate that. Now, yes, we're going to be talking about a brand new Sega Dreamcast game. We have the Sakura Wars Edition console here. It's not required, it's just pretty, so yeah. But what the game we're going to be talking about is a brand new game called Postal. It's actually not a brand new game, but we'll get into the details of that in a second. For those who don't know, yes, the Sega Dreamcast, my favorite game console of all time, does still get brand new games every once in a while. However, they don't come from major companies like Sega. They come from indie developers and publishers who have a whole bunch of different reasons for releasing a game. This one's a little bit odd. Every single one of these has a story. This one's odd because Postal actually was a big release at one point in time, just not for the Dreamcast. Postal actually was a very infamous game that came out on PC back in the 90s. I think it was 1997 specifically. It was made by a company called Running with Scissors, and I mean, this movie gained so much infamy, eventually it even got a film, if you want to call an Uwe Boll movie a film. That did happen. It's one of his better ones, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. Anyway, yes, it's in the cultural zeitgeist. And so, at some point, I think it was very specifically 2016, Running with Scissors decided just publicly to declare that they were dumping the source code to the game online, and essentially encouraged people to take the code and port it to other things, very notably the Sega Dreamcast. It didn't look like anybody was going to take them up on it until a man came along named Dan Redfield. He decided to actually try this project out and make it happen, and apparently he did a phenomenal job converting the game over to the Dreamcast. I think he finished it in like 2021, late 2021, and then people were checking it out, like, you know, the what you might call the prototype build of it, until he finally finished it. And once it was declared done, Wave decided to go ahead and pick it up. They're the distributors who released this. So huge shout out to Wave, not only because they did that work, but also because they were cool enough to actually send me this for the purposes of review, so thank you very much. If you guys like this or anything else they do, there's a link in the description. You can pick this up or any of that other stuff. So thank you again to Wave. But yeah, brand new Sega Dreamcast game, and that's how it happened. That's how we finally got here. Now, while I'm not 100% certain of this, while Running with Scissors did dump the game online, the source code, and encourage people to do this, I don't think they are actually involved in the distribution deal of this. So I don't know this to be sure, but I'm guessing that they're probably not making any money off of this specifically, although their name is on the back. It says copyright Running with Scissors, and maybe they are involved. I'm not going to speak of things I don't know about here, but you know, whatever. So either way, I do know that they're okay with it. That much I can tell you for sure, and hopefully Dan's getting a nice cut for his efforts. So regardless, if you want to check it out, like I said, link in the description. So let's take a look at the actual release itself. Now, this one's still sealed. I have not played it before. In fact, I never played the game originally. In fact, I'm going to be very curious to see how this works, because this game was basically designed for computers optimized in 1997. Well, the Dreamcast didn't even exist yet. It would come out in 1998 in Japan, late 98, of course, 99 in the rest of the world. And so it could be a very nice match there. We'll see, because back then, you know, consoles were trying to be more comparable to, you know, let's say relatively high-end PCs. That's obviously a completely different model now, but either way, it'll be interesting to see what it does. From what I've read online, people say it's a phenomenal conversion, so yeah. But the release itself, this one is the PAL art style in the NTSC case. This is like the most common version of this. They also did a few other, you know, slight differences. There's an NTSC version that looks more like a Japanese case. There's also a limited edition PAL case where it's like the thicker European style case. That one's limited to like 100 copies, and I don't think there's anything else special about it. The thing is, it's purely cosmetic. All the discs are region free, so none of that really matters. It's the exact same disc over and over again. It's just, you know, which way do you like it looking. I'm completely content with this particular build, so that's awesome. So let's go ahead and open it up here and take a look at the manual and the artwork, the disc, all that sort of stuff. For those who have never been involved in the Dreamcast indie scene, you've never seen any of this stuff before, it's worth noting that these are not like burned, you know, like with a CD burner or anything. It's not like they took a Sharpie and wrote Postal on it or anything. No, these are submitted to factories. They are pressed onto nice CD-ROM discs. not GD-ROM, but CD-ROM discs, and ultimately distributed. So they have the disc looks great. That's the artwork there, and then on the back you can tell just by looking at it that it's not a CDR. There is no inlay artwork. It's just blue in this particular case, but it obviously has rear artwork that's nice. And then we have the manual. Let's go ahead and take a look at. The game seems to support 4 different languages. Those languages being English, French, German, and Spanish. The manual, we've got just, epilepsy warnings, we've got controls, we've got credits, and then we've got more artwork, and then we just have that same information over and over again, but in different languages. So true to form, it's a European style manual.
All right, and we're rolling here. So in case it isn't obvious, I already showed some of the gameplay earlier. So this is actually the second level, so I've gotten a little bit better at it. And I won't talk the whole time. I'll let you guys enjoy some of the sound effects and stuff. I just want to give you a sample of it. But it also occurred to me I never actually told you what this game actually is. It's a shooting game, in case that isn't obvious, and I'll read the description on the back. Welcome to Paradise, Arizona. Take control of the Postal dude in his infamous first outing. Postal is an isometric shooter filled to the brim with fast-paced explosive action. Blast, maim, and firebomb your way through 17 unsuspecting locals from a small town to a heavy guarded military complex. Don't get too crazy, this killing spree is anything but senseless. Out here, strategy is key and the locals are packing. So yeah, and it lives up to it. This is pretty fun, man. Obviously it's been rewritten for the Dreamcast because it has control commands and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, if this looks fun to you, it's because it is fun. It's an incredible conversion. I mean, again, I didn't play the original, but from what I've gathered, it's very, very faithful. It seems to include a bunch of additional content. Very little, if anything, was actually removed to make it run on the Dreamcast properly. It seems to have additional modes and all sorts of stuff, and yeah, it's smooth. I would definitely recommend this one if it looks at all interesting to you. It obviously supports the VGA mode, it supports the memory cards, and yeah, it's overall just a quality release, and it's very cool that Wave actually made this happen, and especially Dan Redfield, because he's the real hero who did all the real work on this. So I'm gonna let you guys go and just listen to the sound effects a little bit. There's not much in the way of music in this game, at least that I noticed, but yeah, I'll catch up with you guys at the very end. So yeah, it's pretty cool. After you kill people, you can also go over and finish them off by pressing Y on them and stuff like that. Very cool. I want to give a big shout out to my buddy James Reiner, who was cool enough to film that footage of the PAL Special Edition there that you guys saw earlier. And a huge shout out to Wave for sending me this. And if you guys want to check it out, again, there's a link in the description. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Check out the social media stuff in the description: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, etc. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all later.